Hello, this is JaMarr Brown. I want to welcome you to the Break It Down Brown Daily Breakdown Show. As you all know, this is a show that doesn't try to change your opinion, rather it tries to add some perspective to the things that take place in our lives each and every single day. You can find more of these daily breakdowns by visiting JaMarRBrown.com. That's JaMarr Brown.com. So today I want to break down the following question. How do I get promoted? Once again, how do I get promoted? And this question was asked of me when I was at my alma mater, Whittier College, recently, giving a keynote talk on leadership. And the students asked me about the details of my career, because I explained to them some of the positions I've held in corporate America. And they said, well, how did you get promoted? And so I had actually developed a very simple process that I've applied throughout my life and my career that have really made a significant difference in the rate of the promotions that I've been able to achieve, and then the type of promotion. So if you are curious about how do you get promoted in your career, how do you go from your current position to higher levels in an organization, let me share with you a few tips and tricks. And so just as an overall summary, because I like to speak from reality and not theory, I began my career as a summer intern at Allergan Pharmaceuticals. And then when I graduated, was given the opportunity to work as a full-time pharmaceutical sales professional in Los Angeles, was promoted to senior sales professional in that territory, then got promoted to a corporate sales trainer in the corporate office, then got promoted to a marketing product manager, then got promoted to an area sales manager, and then senior area sales manager, and then regional sales director. And ultimately, throughout my career, moved on to other organizations and reached levels of VP of sales and marketing, and then I ended up going into consulting, doing some other things for a while, and writing books. But my point is, throughout my career in corporate America, I was able to achieve promotions on average about every 2.5 years, which is pretty fast. And so let me explain to you a few of the ways that I was able to achieve that fast level of promotions in corporate America, and hopefully this will help you. So once again, how do you get promoted? Well, first of all, let me explain this. There are no secret sauces. There's no guarantee you're going to get promoted. So what I tell people is two things. Number one, you have to look at your career like a game of chess or a game of poker. What I mean by that is you have to put yourself in the best position to win and in the best light to actually receive the promotion, because it's not guaranteed. However, if you put yourself in the best position and make it difficult for your company or your manager to not promote you, then that's how you can achieve promotions faster. And so if you're looking at poker, obviously the best starting hand at poker has the best odds of winning the hand. And in chess, the better moves you make, the better you're able to put yourself in a position to win the chess game. And there's one component I want to circle back to at the end of this lesson, which is the idea of chess, because you obviously want to make the right initial move to put yourself in the best position. But the whole idea is thinking about the next move that's going to happen. So I'm going to end with that, but I want to pause there for a second, leave a little bit of a cliffhanger. So the first thing is, number one, you have to do well in your current role. Now, there's two aspects of doing well in your current role. One aspect is, for example, if you're in sales, you have to be a successful salesperson. You have to meet your sales goals and achieve your sales goals. Now, do you have to be number one in the country like I was? No. However, you have to have a consistency of performance that puts you above the rest of the people in your peer group. But there's another aspect of that performance that people don't understand, and that is how you develop those results, how you get those results. What I tell people all the time is, you can be very successful, but if you're not doing it in accordance with the way the company would like you to do it, or the way that your manager would want to put you in front of the room and as an example of how to do things the right way and achieve results, you're not going to put yourself in the best position. And I've had people that have reported to me over the years that have achieved great sales success, but were not promotable because they weren't doing things the right way. They had their own sauce. They had their own approach, and it wasn't conducive to something that the company wanted to teach, for example, new hires about how to be successful in a position. What they were doing was not repeatable because it would not be part of a training program or process or philosophy for newer employees. And so once they understood how to continue to achieve success, but also do it the right way and in accordance with the way the company wanted them to do it, then they put themselves in a better position to get promoted. What about the second thing? This is very interesting. I'll tell you a story, and I'll give you the takeaway. So I wanted to move from a area sales manager managing 9 people to a regional sales director where I would manage 9 managers and literally a team of about 130 people. Significant promotion, okay? And I was able to move into that position after 3 years of being a manager, which is very, very fast. But let me explain why that happened. I went to my boss, who was the regional sales director. I explained to him my intentions of wanting to move up the organization and to become a regional sales director and achieve his position one day. And I said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there in terms of having you teach me about the position, all the work you don't want to do, all the grunt work, all the reports, all the documents, whatever you don't want to do that is a burden to you, let me do it. But in the meantime, as you're doing that, teach me how you do your job. Teach me your role, your function. Teach me about the reports. Teach me how to read documents and that type of thing. And that's exactly what happened. So he became my mentor for about an 8-month period. Well, lo and behold, he ends up leaving the company and going to a different company. And I actually applied for his position. Now, the initial reaction was, JaMarr, you've only been a manager for 3 years. You're not ready for such a big promotion. And I said, well, give me a chance and let me interview, which they ultimately did. And in the interview process, I blew them away by my level of knowledge and my depth of understanding of the regional sales director position. And they said, how did you get to know all of this knowledge as a sales manager? I said, well, because I did well as a sales manager, but I said I started doing the regional director position before I ever got the job. So when it became time to interview for the job, it was as if I had already been doing it without the title for that 8-month period. So the second lesson is start doing the job before you get the job. The third lesson, which is a part of that second lesson, is you have to speak the language of the next position. Now, the reason why I was able to learn the language of the next position is because I spent 8 months as the apprentice under my manager, and he taught me how the sales directors talked, how they read reports, how they viewed the sales force, how they looked at the marketing strategy and the sales strategy, how they did deployment, how they did the incentive compensation plan, and all those things. And so I started speaking the same language they were speaking, so that when I became a regional sales director, it was such an easy transition because I was already so ingrained in the position, and I was speaking the same language as the other managers. Now, here's the final lesson I want to share with you that I think is really, really important. And a lot of people don't think about it, and it goes back to where I left you earlier with the whole chess game. Now, in chess, obviously, you want to make your current move in a way that puts you in a position for the next move, and that's where I want to pick up the lesson. So many people say they want to get promoted, and they're so fired up, and they're so inspired to get that next promotion, and they're desperate for it, they're hungry for it. But there's 2 things about that people don't think about. Number one, what all it takes to get the promotion, which is some of the things I shared with you, to how you can prepare yourself. But the second thing is they don't understand that the promotion starts after you get the promotion. The job starts after the interview. And so many people just want to get to that interview that they don't think about the fact that really the promotion starts after you get the job. That's when the pressure sets in. That's when you have to prove yourself. That's when you have to really, show the organization that you earn that promotion by what you do immediately after you get the job and in that first 90 days plus. And so if you've done the things I've talked about, which is doing well in your current role, which is starting to do the job before you get the job, which is learning the language of the position, you'll be in a much better position to be successful in your next role because, once again, the process starts over. So if you want to get promoted to higher levels, you have to do well in the role you get promoted to get promoted to the next level. But I want you to think about this one last thing, and that is how your life will change when you get that promotion. And some things you know, other things you don't know. When I went from a salesperson into marketing, my life changed dramatically. The stress level, the brain cells that were utilized to do marketing versus sales. I had to learn and evolve and develop. And that's why if you start doing the job before you get it, you can transition much easier. When I went from marketing out to it, which is in the corporate office, out to an area sales manager, it was a completely different lifestyle. Now you're managing people and you're managing their issues and you're managing their careers, and you're having to hire people and having to let some people go, and you really don't know what it's like until you get the position. However, if you are being mentored by somebody who's already there before you get it, if you understand that things might change, if you commit yourself to understanding what it takes to be successful as a manager before you get the job, then you will be successful after you get it. And that's the last thing I'll tell you, and that is you have to understand that the promotion really starts after you get the job. So how you prepare yourself for the promotion is critically important, but how you prepare yourself for what happens after the promotion, which is just like chess, which is you make a move because you're thinking about the next 2 and 3 moves down the line, and you don't just make a move and stop, but you understand that the job really starts once you get that promotion. So I hope these lessons really help you today. Once again, you can find more lessons like this and daily breakdowns by visiting JaMarrBrown.com. That's JaMarr Brown.com. And I want to thank you for breaking it down with me today.